Comic 231 and stuff's happening. If you will not endure the training, I will have to show your potential to you myself. That's a horrible sentence. Bring it on. You asked for it. There's the Matrix kind of slow motion. that's me drawing in slow motion. It's obviously it's either that. Why is his arm bent if his talk voice is coming from the other? Anyway, you missed. It only seems like I missed. It is impossible to strike the chosen. Alright, I missed. I kinda, yes, once again, I'm gonna say the phrase, I kinda like that one. It was just kinda, because it's, I sort of enjoy how Flint, or Florpheus, comes back down to reality every now and then, and he allows himself to say something that someone outside of a very serious or weird sci-fi-ish movie world would say. This is Florpheus allowing himself to say, "Oh, it is only impossible to strike the." All right, fine. And it was that admission, that very, sort of very meek admission to what was actually happening. Oh, okay, I missed. I just like that. Now, the three fists of fury in the middle there, I kind of drew it roughly the same way. The problem with me is that when I draw the fist and the thumb goes around it, it seems like the thumb is much bigger than it needs to be, or the fingers are smaller, or the fingers are tucked too well. Now, when I'm recording these, I record these with the image just acting as the video itself. So the thing is that when you're recording over a still image, it just repeats the image over and over and over again. So when I look over to the left-hand side of what the project is showing me is the video that I'm recording over, it's just that panel, and so every third panel is that weird three fists. And I looked at it and I'm like, what, was I drawing a Hydra? What is that? And so it's funny seeing it in the preview box first when it's repeated constantly. Now, of course, I'm also kind of impressed that I drew them wide enough apart in the first panel that in the third panel I drew it so that its outstretched fist just still was a perfect miss to Dr. Zero. Now, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat really casually, but I'm just going to have to do it. I should have muted back then. So, go back in time and turn down your volume for when I cough. I got to tell you the story. So I'm in a car. All the good stories start this way. I'm in the backseat of this girl's car. She's driving along, and my other good friend is in the front. These two good friends of mine, actually, they're getting married at the end of this month. So this is how not awful this story's about to be, because they're the couple, and I was just sort of driving along, and I was there, and I was feeling kind of tired. Oh, he was driving, and she was in the front, and she was in the passenger side because she turned around, and I was tired, and I had my head lolled to one side, and I had my eyes closed, and I was just sort of feigning sleep, but also trying to just relax and just rest for a few minutes. So she turns around and she says, "Oh, look, he's gone to sleep. Doesn't he look so peaceful and relaxed?" And in hearing this, I thought, well, it could be the funniest thing I could do right now. And I judged in my head, without opening my eyes, I knew how far away she was based on where her voice was. I mean, I just knew. I knew where she would roughly be. So I lifted up my hand, and without moving my head, I kept my eyes shut. I'm doing this all in pantomime right now, by the way. You can't actually see me because you're looking at this. And I suddenly just stretched out my hand and punched it out forward as well, not that hard, because I knew there was a remote possibility she could have moved, but kind of hard and pretty fast. And I did that, and then all of a sudden I just opened one eye and smiled, and I realized my fist was about a ½ inch from the tip of her nose. This is one of my favorite stories, but she's, to this day, she still kind of freaks out. But she says, "You're gonna hit me!" And I said, "But I didn't hit you, and I was planning on not hitting you." I have this thing where I like knowing where everything is, so I'm pretty good at knowing my surroundings and knowing how far I am from things. We used to play hacky sack on the lawn at my high school, and we there was one time I went really, really high. It went over towards this other group of people, and they were kind of standing. People would sit around us while we played hacky sack, which seemed kind of weird because it was a really big lawn. So why would you get that close? You're just asking for it. But I saw that it was going to land like pretty much in someone's lap. So I lifted out. I actually kind of side kicked. I did the whole Karate Kid side kick type thing, and then flick upwards. And I managed to get it so that the hacky sack did not fall on that person. But of course, to everyone else around, it looked like I was trying to kick them in the head. And I said, no, I realized where they were and it was going to fall. And so I tried to stop it from falling on them. And I succeeded. And no one believed me that that was my plan all along. Anyway, lots of anecdotes today. Probably not amusing to anyone other than me, but there we are. They are on verbal record. Problem is, I don't actually. I don't have any record of what I say in any of these. Like someone posts comments on one that was two or three comics ago. Every now and then, just a few comics behind, and they say, "Oh, what were you thinking about there?" And I was like, "I don't know. That was a while ago. I do it all off the cuff." So yeah, that's about it for me this time. So comic 232 will be later on this week. Happy Monday.